Years ago, Resources started curbside recycling here in Bellingham. A number of people got together around a kitchen table and wondered why they couldn't recycle more easily. And they went to the city council, said, "We'd like you to start curbside recycling." And the city council said, "Well, that's just a silly idea." So they got themselves an old truck and started collecting.
We saw a problem with construction waste going into the landfill.
We thought the idea of those building materials just getting buried was stupid, so we started the Restore. And here we are 30 years later, saving stuff like this. In the mid-1990s, we were burning all of our garbage in incinerators and dumping heavy metals into the Nooksack River.
When we saw our marine water quality degrading, we started the Waterkeeper program to advocate for clean water. And when we heard news of North America's largest coal export facility planned for the shores of Cherry Point, we rallied the community, we built a grassroots base, and we linked arms with our friends of Lummi Nation, challenged that proposal, and we won. That's 40 years of working in this community, advocating for the things that I value and that you value. Clean water, clean air, less waste, no coal terminals.
Some things have changed a lot, and some things have changed little. People have a much broader idea and understanding of global climate change, but we're still addressing thousands of unregulated chemical pollutants and a regulatory system that honestly can't keep up with the emerging challenges that we see. Yeah, well, we really work from the mountaintops on down to the sea, so
we focus our advocacy on systems-level solutions that address multiple benefits, whether that's protecting watersheds and forests, transitioning to clean energy, or promoting a reuse or circular economy.
We have always been an organization that is rooted in identifying community problems and charting a course to solve them.
We give people the tools they need to be good environmentalists. Field checking forests or stormwater monitoring, volunteering for a beach cleanup, or keeping materials out of our landfills by shopping and donating at the Restore. We also educate people of all ages with a special focus on our youth.
As a county council member, we deal with everything under the sun in Whatcom County. And sometimes it's difficult to figure out, where should I go on this policy issue? Resources is a place where you can go to figure out, where should I show up? How should I use my voice? And how can I work together with others to make change happen in my community?
They help us find ways where we can help in small ways to help the big picture.
The air, the water, the fish, they need a champion. And Resources is that champion. And it would look a lot different here if we hadn't been doing this work for the last 40 years.
when I think about the organisms that are suffering, it can sometimes feel overwhelming. So I need to ground myself in local action. We get out onto the water and we monitor the water. We find pollution and I can stop it at its source. Those small but tangible things can have rippling effects.
Humans are hardwired to want to work together, to find connection and common ground, and to put their heads together to problem solve. So many of the environmental practices and solutions that we take for granted today are ingrained into our daily lives thanks to groups like Resources, who took the time to be creative, to take risks, and to consider that the path forward may look nothing like what's come before.
I think it was Dennis Hayes, who was one of the founders of Earth Day, and he said, Resources is the organization that every community needs and this community has.